born in West Acton and I was born at Hammersmith Hospital, which is based in East Acton.
I was born in Hillingdon Hospital in September 1978.
I was born in Switzerland.
I was born in Nigeria. I forgot.
Ireland.
Lyon in France in the 70s, 76.
Yeah, I was born in London.
I was born in St Mary's Hospital, 2001, April 8th.
In London?
Yeah, London.
I was born in 1982 in Camden.
I was born in 1978 and I was born in Hammersmith.
I was born in Ireland.
I was born in Italy.
I was born in London, in Paddington.
1979.
And where?
In Brazil.
My mum is Malaysian, and so she came to England when she was about 18, and she became a nurse, so she studied in England and then she eventually became a nurse. And my dad is English, British, and he was brought up in Brighton and then moved down to London when he was about 30, I think, and he did his teacher training in London and then eventually became a teacher.
London and the Isle of Wight, I guess.
Also from Switzerland, so I'm 100% Swiss.
My father from Nigeria as well. Yeah.
Ireland.
My family is originally Italian.
And Japanese.
I'm from here, my dad's from Jamaica.
Families, which for my father's from Brixton and my mother is from Kent.
Yeah, from West London as well, in the Ealing area, Hanwell.
My family is from Dorset. They were in Dorset, they moved to Uxbridge and then they moved back to Ealing in 1930.
My parents lived in Ireland, but on my mother's side of the family, they were from Germany and from abroad, you know, and they lived there for many years because they have a farm there.
Originally from the west coast of Ireland, a place called County Mayo. My mother and father both are Irish.
From Brazil.
I've lived in East Acton for about 22 years now, so since I was born.
Well, I lived in Acton for my first 19 years. I don't live in the area presently, but yeah, my first 19 years I spent in Acton.
I came here in 1992.
I live in East Acton now 11 years now.
40 years, West Acton.
We live in North London, in Totteridge, next to Finchley. Okay. And we come here every Saturday for the Japanese school because our older son goes there every Saturday. That's why we are here every Saturday.
It's about like a year.
I've been in Chiswick, so in this area roughly around kind of 5 years now. Before that I was in Shepherd's Bush.
I've lived in the Acton area for about 5 years now, but I've not come from that far. I used to live just on the border of Ealing and Acton, so I had the Welcome to Ealing sign right through the middle of outside my house, so kind of 50-50. But now I've got both feet properly in Acton.
We've lived here since 1960. But it's 40, 55, 56 years.
56 years.
I've lived here since I was 4 years old, so I've been in Acton now for 49 years.
In East Acton, it's 3 years now.
I've been sort of linked to Acton in one way, shape or form for 30 years probably. At one point I was working at Acton College, then I was managing Acton Community Centre, then and working with Action Acton, then working with Acton Community Forum and the Arts Forum. Brought up my family here, so it's been a base for many years through family life, work and communities.
East Acton is, well, the thing is, East Acton is such a huge area because it covers part of West Acton, Park Royal, East Acton itself, and different parts of different sort of nature, and they're all different. But within this part of East Acton is quite quiet, and at least we've got this park here when it's got so much activities going on. We've got the tennis courts over there, we've got football over here, we've got Zumba in the pavilion, so it's, you know, we've got lots of activities going on.
There's a couple of good parks. I don't really hang out much in East Acton anymore, so I've got a couple of friends who live there.
Are very friendly, family-like and diverse. Lots of nationalities in the area, which is nice.
This area, I came from Nigeria to UK, 2004. So I've lived in this area for years. So I like the environment. It's cool and quiet.
Very nice and friendly.
It's quiet.
It's nice. I mean, I really like this park. I like the fact that there's some tennis courts there. I like this little centre. It's got a little play area for him. Yeah, no, I like it.
Very residential. It seems quite quiet. Seems to be a strong community, sense of community, and lots of families. And seems like a nice laid-back place to live.
East Acton we're not 100% familiar with, but it's alright, it's a nice town, isn't it, East Acton?
Very welcoming, peaceful, and safe.
It's very friendly. I like parks around, mainly this park we are in, which is I come every weekend with my kids. So yeah, and it's a convenient place, so I like living here.
When I used to come to this park, specifically when I was learning how to ride a bicycle, and my dad was trying to teach me, and I had absolutely no idea what to do, and he was just like, get onto this bike, Laura, and, you know, ride this bike. And I remember I was like, no, Dad, I don't want to ride this bike because it's, you know, terrifying. And yeah, in the end, I think we just gave up, and in the end my mum taught me how to ride a bicycle in my just outside my house. So, you know.
Like I said, I grew up in Acton, so I've been coming to East Acton since I was sort of like 3.
Earliest memories, West Acton School. My daughter just started school, and there was Key Stage 1 just founded. There was no Key Stage 2 before, so my daughter went into the class that had 4, 5 and 6 year students in one class.
The living here is very cool. Everybody do whatever I has to do, and I see my GP at the right time. So they talk to me at the right time. So for me, it's a good area.
Oh, I can't remember. When my first child was born, I suppose.
Quite loud, playfully, and a lot of disturbances.
Well, going back around this area, since I was like 6 years old, really, because my father worked in Ealing for around 30 years. So, yeah, got to look ahead. My father worked in Ealing for about 30 years, so I've always known this area roughly.
I used to go to primary school just down the road there in Knoll Road, so that would be my earliest memory, coming to school every day.
I remember the war, I remember the Brits, I remember Ealing after the war.
And how was it before war?
How I was before the war, I was 4 years old before the war started. That was in 1939. So,
didn't come to this country till 1955, so I was after the war.
The first, before I came to live here, I was living in Broadway before, so looking for a place to move closer to central London. So I came around, I looked around, quite liked it, quite liked the neighborhood.
It's quite a sort of friendly community. It's quite small here and it's quite quiet, so I think everyone, you know, knows each other, unless I suppose towards Acton High Street it's a lot more busier, and you know, you've got so much more traffic, and you know, I don't think people get to know each other. But I think within West Acton, or you know, within this part of East Acton, this is quite close and quite, you know, communal.
Yeah, well, I mean, like most of Acton, I mean, there seems to be fairly strong sense of community here.
Well, I think it's changed tremendously since I've lived here. So lots of young families now. Before it was an elderly, I felt, area, and friendly. Lots to do. Close to London, close to the airport. Just a beautiful area.
Well, I find them all very friendly and nice and helpful.
Some people can be quite friendly, some people can be quite mean, but mostly quite friendly.
I think this park is probably my most favourite because I come here quite often, you know, just for work, and also I play tennis on Saturdays as well. So yeah, this is my favourite part, and it's probably the most sociable, and you know, you get to meet new people. And
it's got to be where we're interviewed now, North Acton playing fields, because I'm here every day.
My favourite place would be the church, I suppose. St. Edmund's Church.
Mostly here in the park, because I'm training in the area.
My favourite place actually is probably a tennis club called Gunnersbury Triangle Tennis Club. It's a tiny little club, it's just around the back of some houses, and it's just a really nice kind of sanctuary in a very urban area.
There's a great falafel place on the corner by the crossroads on the A40. I think it's the A40 or A406, whatever that one is. I don't drive, so I don't know the roads, but they deliver really late at night, so that's one of my favourite places. I used to live over there in Acton House, North Lane, and it delivered to me at 2 in the morning to get nice falafel.
We like walking around in the park and all over the place. You know, we do quite a bit of walking around, and we go walking down by the canal, which takes us up to Paddington. You know.
Well, after my home, it's this park.
I suppose the bicycle incident was probably the most memorable. And also coming to this park here, and I used to play in that play area over there when I was a kid, and I used to bring all my friends.
I mean, sort of Churchfield Road area, Acton Park. You know, I spent a lot of summers, you know, hanging out down there. Yeah, and a lot of summers on the estate as well. So it was a very happy place to be growing up.
I have one that struck me is when the torch was run through Knoll Road. Can't remember who it was, but I remember the event because I was standing along. A lot of people were actually just applauding the guy who was running up. So.
We had our 2 daughters, so my wife was pregnant, and we were to King Charles Hospital, which is also close to the East Acton station. She was, we didn't know when to go, and called a cab, and it's like that very nervous moment when she's about to give birth. So I think that's one of the most impacted moments that we have whilst living.
One of my memories in East Acton would be is remembering the fact that Shepherd's Bush Cricket Club is actually in East Acton, but it's actually opposite where I live. So Shepherd's Bush Cricket Club would hold every year a fireworks night, family night. But it wasn't. What was memorable about it was not just a small fireworks display. It was really a big fireworks display. On the scale of like New Year's Eve in central London, where the £1 million fireworks go off for like at least 10 or 15 minutes. So that is actually one thing that is a very memorable experience from East Acton, and that goes on for every year, and yeah, it's good.
The memory about East Acton, I think, would be focused on Acton Park, because it's always been the sort of heart of the community, I found, and the play centre there was a place where I used to go a lot when my children were young, and real sense of community, and carnivals happen there every year. Before that, the Acton extravaganza. So the park's always a place that's brought the community together, and so I guess that would be a place that I would think is a focal point for the community in East Acton.
Well, the tennis courts have changed a lot since, fairly recently, because before there was a previous owner, and he ran the tennis courts, and then he's now sold it to a Japanese company, and they've now redone it, and it looks a lot better than before, because it's better quality concrete, better tennis nets and everything. So
And
it's
overall in Acton?
overall
What do
in
you
Acton, the best part?
Yeah. Area that has changed.
I think, and also East Acton itself is going through a lot of change. So North Acton as well, which I think is really East Acton because they used to just have the Asdas there, and then now it's like these big, massive tower blocks, and they've got the student accommodation there. So that's, I think, North Acton, and also this park here as well, which is within East Acton, so technically it's East Acton.
It's hard to say with there's a lot more sort of posh flats going up. It's just the same everywhere. And I don't know really, it's hard because you change when you grow up yourself, so when you revisit an area, you're a different person, so it's hard to say whether the area's changed or you've changed, so it's probably a bit of both.
More buildings, more people, different people, younger people.
Well, I think less crime. Less crime, yeah, less crime.
How would you say that the area has changed since you were young?
It's getting better. It's certainly getting better. The problem always with London is just how expensive it is to live here. And whenever places become more expensive, obviously investment comes in, but then what happens is normal people get priced out and we have to move further and further out outside of London.
I think the people who live it seems to have got a younger demographic now. I mean, when I was in primary school, obviously everyone looked older to me, but there was a lot more older people in the community, and that's changed slightly, but it hasn't changed very much though, I don't think. It's pretty similar to how I remember it, so it's like a little time capsule. It's maybe
on hell of a lot.
Lots of big tall buildings, especially around here.
Most of Ealing, they talk about Ealing and actually a lot of actually have been built up now. For the better.
Yeah, so I've been here for 3 years, and during this period I've seen changing mainly. We've seen new developments, we've seen new buildings, new people moving in, new students moving in, mainly close to the North Acton area as well. And we know that the area will change even further, so yeah, it's rapidly changing.
But this pavilion used to be a bowling place, so you used to get quite a lot of old people that used to come here, and they used to play bowls, which was just in this greenery here. And then this place actually changed and has now become a cafe next door, and then also this hall here as well. So this building has changed a lot, and it's also going through another process where they're going to extend it. So we're going to have a few more changes later in the year.
It's an area I've come to, been in many different areas in London, and I love it, and will remain in this area, do things, and running a few groups, looking after children. That's my job.
Maybe they can add more transport on buses.
I know it's improving quite a lot. There are some areas which are a bit industrial areas, which I would prefer to see more of a residential area instead. We could move the industries to places which are further away, so we could have only families living.